Oh.
Merry Christmas and welcome to Monday Club.
Christmas special in the house. Repping
Merry
the
Christmas.
Shirt. Amy, let's have a talk.
I've got the best Christmas t-shirt. You ready? All I want for Christmas is Theroux.
Oh, that's pretty good, to be fair.
I love Louis Theroux. I love him.
Wow, that's a terrible Christmas top. Nick, everyone's seen yours already, so boring, but mine's the best. Come on.
I'm not going to lie, you look like a 7.
Okay, so here we are. Last week of the year. I haven't worked. I worked last week. It is Monday that we record on, and I'm off work. What about you lot? How was last week? What did you get up to? What's popping?
What names?
Oh my God, I've been so busy.
Let's have stuff to talk about then.
Crazy hours. I've never done a CCTV install before, and I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 in a week.
Wow.
Now, what? So, did you use shotgun cable, or did you use separately, like separate power and separate?
Shotgun cable.
Yeah, that I love that stuff. It's
so easy, isn't it?
So easy to use. It's done.
People used to ask me all the time, and I'd be like, "Oh no, don't do that." And then when I actually sat down and looked at it, it's so easy. So yeah,
it's so easy. Like it's almost not worth not doing.
Yeah, it's good money for it as well. Well, it's not worth not doing because it's that simple. I think that's what the idiot was trying to say.
Yeah.
But what you don't realise is there's a new type of camera with power over Ethernet as well. So you actually run it from. Yeah, I think.
It's not that new, mate. It has been a while.
But you actually don't need to even run power to the pot.
No, you just run Cat 5 and then you can use 2 of the cores for the 12-volt power to it.
How decent is that?
I fitted it quite a few times. It's good.
All right, you're right. No one cares. Anyway, so go on, Amy. What else is new?
What else have I been doing? I've been sort of tying up all the sort of loose ends, like little bits and bobs that people want finishing before Christmas. Finally finished my mum's kitchen. That must be sort of the longest kitchen ever. That's dragged on for ages.
So it's family jobs always do, though.
Yeah, there's been various problems with it. Like the Friday before she had loads of other work done first, like a new roof put on and different things. It's a bungalow, and it had half it was a flat roof, so she had a new roof. And then she had lots of work done inside, a wall taken out and patio doors put in. And then just as the Friday before the kitchen fitters were supposed to be coming on the Monday, they got COVID. So it all got put back by weeks again. So yeah, she's shoved a bit because it's finished like literally I've just done the last bits, like fancy lights and stuff today. So she's got a kitchen for Christmas.
That's good.
This week?
Sorry?
Any technical issues this week?
Technical issues?
Any learning curves that you can bring to the table, talk about?
Oh, no, I don't know. I don't think so. Leave it with me a minute. Nick, tell us what you've been doing and then I'll have a little think.
My week is last week. This has consisted of buying those stuff off Amazon for my unit.
Yeah,
that's pretty
how's it looking?
I've been doing bits of. Today was the first day, and I'll tell you about last week, and then we'll get on to this week because it makes Sam jealous. Yeah, just like you say, finishing off loose ends, a few second fix on kitchens. I managed to absolutely smash about 4 videos out last week in preparation to knowing that I can put some videos out over Christmas. Not that it really matters for anyone, but with the algorithm, all that sort of stuff, for the chance I've got to make videos that are different, like the downlights one, I've realised now, instead of making 25, 30, 40-minute videos of a rewire job, which I like to do, I can do 10-minute, 15-minute videos, and people like it just as much. So doing that with that. And then, today got the keys for my unit. And Sam rang me earlier, and I was just stressed because I spent the entire day literally just moving stuff around. I bought a new brush. So I got a few messages. People were like, well, that's not very funny. I tagged my other half and said, I got her a Christmas present, a massive blow brush. And it's because if you do an Instagram story, if you swipe up, you can see the amount of people that see it, the impressions, all that sort of stuff. 5,500 people clicked on Mother Ross profile to view her. And I was like, and I said to her, "You sure you want me to tag in it?" Because it's set to private anyway. But she's had 160 odd friend requests from people that follow me. That's like, people are just interested. And I thought I need to make it aware to people that I do actually have another half, and it's just not fictitious. Fictitious? Is that the word?
Yeah, we had to see pictures last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
She's all about. That's really interesting, Nick. Well done for bringing that boring story to the table.
It's so horrible.
What have you been doing last week, Sam? Come on. Eating and pooing yourself. You got a poo story?
He's only been at work like one day.
No, I had a full
week. Got any poo stories?
What are you talking about? I had a full week. Smashed out balls all over the place. It's just the same old thing where I'm working at the moment. It's just literally second fix, do a board. Second fix, do a board. But here's one thing that winds me up, right? The board, one of the boards is in the cupboard with this boiler and the air conditioning unit. And so the plumbers decided to put the boiler and the air conditioning unit in before I done my board. Get on that. Imagine how difficult that is to do a board.
Yeah, I tell you what, I saw it was on my trusted electrician Luke on his Instagram story the other day. He had to fit it was in an airing cupboard. For some reason, the board was in an airing cupboard upstairs, and the fuse board was like high level above the immersion tank and everything. But obviously, like an immersion, imagine that's the door to the boiler cupboard. But then
he's gone.
Another 600. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
see
now.
Me? Hello. Yeah, another like 600 as like a recess before the ceiling. But obviously the fuse board was up there, so we had to like go on the angle to do it. And I was like, I'd have just said, "Nah, I'm all right, thanks."
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to do that.
No, I'd walk away from that. But big shout out to Luke from My Trusted Electrician. We should get him on here actually. Top lad, working hard, man. He works harder than you.
He's a grafter. Oh, 100%. Absolute grafter.
He is out there. And
as well, someone that I think works out, Will's electrical. He works every weekend. Yeah, every time I look at his story, I was like, I've done a fuse board today. I said, mate, it's a Sunday. He's like, yeah, I've got to get the work in. I think fair play.
I'll tell you what, when I went up to see Will, when I was doing Fat Sam's Grand Slam, mate, he's such a nice guy. Such a nice guy. He's just in there. Yeah. He's doing his little bit of thing, and he's doing his little bit of content in his unit because he's got his little unit, and he's out there just doing his business. He does everything right, does everything the best he can. Hats off to him as well. Yeah. There's a lot of good people out there,
and he treats his apprentice. So he treats Ollie well as well. From looks.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, looks right after him as well.
Yeah, it's good.
Let's do this. It's the end of the year. It's not been a great year for many people. Certainly for myself, I've had a rough year, but I've also had a really rough year, had some really hard times, but I've actually finished out the year, probably the best year I've had for a long, long time. Last 3 months, probably been the best I've ever had, to be honest. Fantastic. Smashing it. We moved down.
Coincidence, it's the same time we met you and me, Amy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nick, you've been hanging off my coattails since like 2 or 3 years ago. Oh, please help me do this. Please help me do that. Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, I'll get round to it. Do you know what I mean? So relax a little bit. Amy, you're the same.
Everyone believes that.
Thank you, famous. Don't worry about it. Don't want nothing from you. Let me help you. Relax, okay?
You don't have to talk some shit.
Carry on.
I don't know how your missus lives with you.
Listen, I can talk the most shit. But
we know.
And obviously it's been a good year for the podcast. We're finally starting to gain a bit of traction, even though this has been the worst week for downloads of all time. But yeah, it's been a good year. What's the highlights of your year, Amy?
Definitely
me and me excluded. But go on, crack on.
It's not even up there in the top like 100 moments. Just the way that my own little business has gone. Like, I'm so proud of how far I've come this year. And although I'd say, in my personal life, it's been a bit of a rough year in parts. I've had some family stuff going on, but it's really balanced out with like the work side of things. It's just gone from, it's just soared. I'm really chuffed with where I'm finishing this year now.
I look at you've got your own podcast, like, do you know what I mean? And I know what it takes to do it because I've done it with Sam for a bit. I've done my own, and it's a lot of stress, and it's a lot of like, right, let's just suck it in, let's get it done. And to have the confidence to do that, like you say, you only just coming to start doing it is awesome, Amy.
It's
awesome.
Just your confidence improving all the time. And that's what's happened with work, really. I've started taking on all these little jobs at the beginning of the year, and it's just, then I've taken on bigger and bigger jobs, and I'm doing more on my own. And and the people I've met along the way, I've met some amazing people. I've made some great friends, obviously, I suppose. And then it's just given me more confidence. I never, like this time last year, I never would have thought I'd be sort of doing my own podcast and stuff. I just didn't have the confidence. And now I'm doing all sorts. I've had lots of opportunities this year, and it's been.
You know what we should do, Amy? We should release. I found it. I've got it here now. The very first podcast that we've done but never released.
No.
You should release it on your own channel.
No.
Good. I said
wow.
No, I can't.
Because you can see where you come from.
Send it me. That was what, 6 months? No, less than about 5 months ago.
No, more than that. I think way more than that.
No, because I only set up my Instagram in June. It was in July.
Might have been. Yeah, it might have been.
So it was about 6 months ago. But
different person now, though, isn't you?
Oh, totally different. Yeah.
Well done. Genuinely well done.
I think it's been a big year for everyone. I mean, some people have been through massive changes this year with work and stuff like that. And to reflect back on the year, obviously, with the COVID situation and stuff like that, it's been really tough for some people. Mm-hmm. And I just want to like tip my hat to last year, to this year, basically, and how the ups and downs have really affected people. And if you're managing to come out of this year with a smile on your face, you've won. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You have won. Because actually, like even you, Nick, you coming out this year, your business is bigger than last year?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. I think looking back over the whole year, I started over. I always like a new year, new January, like everyone does, fresh start, new ideas, new hopes and dreams. I always get crushed every year, and then we went to lockdown. I took it as a massive positive. Like a lot of people with kids, and I spoke to a few people recently. We and you spoke, Sam. We will probably never, ever, ever get this chance to spend like we did. Me, 2.5 months with kids, doing stuff around the house, stuff that I've been pestered for years, but never had time to. And I, hand on heart, loved every second of it for about 6 weeks. I think 6 weeks was my point where I was a bit like, I want to go back to work now. I'm itching. But then coming out of it, going back into it gradually, back into YouTube, back into stuff with Adam, work, phone calls, because it gave me a lot of time to reflect on the stuff I was doing wrong with business. And it slipped away a little bit, I agree now, from trying to get quotes back straight away, ringing phone calls and whatnot. But now I just find it's because of a lack of time on my part, not of preparation of trying, lack of trying. It's just I'm bitten off a lot more I can chew at the moment. But hopefully come New Year, everything's going to settle down again. But yeah, I've took it massive positive. I've had my highs and my lows. The stuff that's going on in the background, and it sucks. But we've just got to speak to friends, family, like we've said before, and there's always a way to help each other out and assist them. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this year, as bad as it has been for people.
It's a funny thing because actually, I feel like I had probably one of the darkest times I've had in the last 5 or 6 years this year. But I learned so much from it, and what I needed to do for myself to keep myself in check, keep some balance going in my life, branch out by myself with the podcast and stuff like that.
Buy a remote control car?
Buying a remote control car, which I broke immediately.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I took it out the other day, and I was just ragging it around, upgraded the battery, turned the speed controller up, and then, broke one of the steering arms. So that's annoying. That's another 30 quid. You know what I mean? Like, I only bought it. I bought it, like, thinking, you know what? It's just something I really want. I'm just going to buy it. Yeah. And I bought it, and now it's just a money pit. And I'm like, do you know what? If I'm really honest, I was slightly embarrassed standing in the car park playing with my control car. Slightly embarrassed.
Go on Christmas morning. There'll be loads of kids down there doing it. You won't be on your own.
Just take your daughter and just sit near you saying, "Oh look, oh wow, look at Mom."
Well, if only. But yeah, I was slightly embarrassed, and I was like, why am I embarrassed though? If it's making me happy, why? Do you know what is a real concern here? If I'm honest, is I feel like I'm melting.
I'm hot. I'm not gonna lie,
mate. I feel like it's this cheap T-shirt. Oh mate, I'm melting. But yeah, so I was playing about on the down on the seafront car park at Minnis Bay, just playing with my motor car.
Were you there by yourself? Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, babe, do you want to come? No, I ain't even finished yet. Do you want to come up? No. She knows where I was going to play with my remote control car. She's like, absolutely not. Why do I want to go and stand in the car park and watch you play with your remote control car? I'm not 12. It's rude.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I've learned some valuable lessons this year. And I'm going into next year really excited. Really excited. There's so many things that I've worked towards this year that aren't going to happen this year, but will definitely happen next year. So, you know, I've been very lucky. I haven't lost anyone.
Like buy a drone.
Oh God, I might have one coming for Christmas.
Which one?
Santa Claus is bringing me. I don't know. I think only a cheap one, because this is why I buy the cheap ones. Because actually, if I'd spent 500 quid on the remote control car that I wanted and felt slightly embarrassed ragging it around a car park, I'd be in a lot of trouble, and two, gutted. Yeah. So I've got a cheap drone, and if I really enjoy using it and like taking pictures of the sea and shit, you know, then I might go for the Maverick Mini. But as it stands, let's relax. Let's get a cheap one and roll with that.
Good plan. I fad a lot, to be fair. I get into fads of buying stuff.
Yeah, I mean, let's be fair, mate. And if you're very honest, I know you say, oh, I'm going to use it in my new unit. That's all you fucking talks about. But your drone you've used about once.
I haven't. About 3 times. I took it with me today, and you know, it's funny because at the beginning of the video, I literally walked in. I was like, "Where's the rest of the unit?" I looked at it initially, then went home, then signed for it, and then made loads of plans in my head of where I'm going to put stuff. I walked in this morning, I was like, it's a lot smaller than I remember. And I literally said, I went to get the drone out, and I looked at it, I thought, what's the fucking point? I could just throw my GoPro in the air, and then, there's the footage, pulled back down. So, yeah. But I've got the scissor lift coming tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is put my drone up next to me on the scissor lift and zoom out to get footage of me doing the lights.
Whatever. A YouTube creator. No one cares, Nick. People want to hear about your electrical exploits. And probably not me playing with a remote control car in Minnis Bay car park. Amy, what are your hopes and aspirations for next year?
I just want to continue to build on what I've built this year. I just want to maybe not be as busy as I've been the last 3 months, because I think I'm possibly took on a bit too much at times.
Because you were working stupid o'clock till last night, weren't you?
Yeah.
My missus said, why is Amy working till 2 o'clock in the morning the other day?
And then, but yeah, I just feel like the work's there, and I'm gonna take it in case January is quiet. And like I said, with my own stuff, I've just been trying to get everybody sort of finished before Christmas, and today's been really good. I've had a really productive day. I got loads done. So yeah, I just want to carry on the road that I'm on.
Well, Amanda actually said, why aren't you working as hard as Amy? I was like, because I ain't done.
Yeah, why aren't you?
Because I'm fat.
Tumbleweed.
So are you off work now? Because you're tier 4, aren't you, where you are?
Tier 4, that don't mean to say you've got to be off work. This is this week's hot topic. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it needs to be addressed, right? I don't like talking about anything like this, because I feel like this should be like a haven for conversation about COVID and Brexit. But let's get into this for a second. None of us can see. Right. What tier are you guys?
3.
Right. So I'm tier 4. And Christmas is off for you guys as well, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
So you're just like, you're locked down, really. We're super locked down. I can't go to my mum and dad's house for Christmas. Can't go to my brother's house. My sister can't come over. None of that can happen for Christmas. But I can go. I got sent a job today that I could start tomorrow. And there's 250 people in that job. I can go and start that tomorrow. Absolutely fine.
Stupid.
So how does that even? This is what makes it so hard for people to sort of stomach it with these rules. If the rules were like, listen, we've got to lock down. Everyone's got to lock down. No going out, no work, no nothing. Like, you've got to stay home.
Like we did the first lockdown.
Yeah, the first one.
Fine.
People can get behind that. But when people are like, well, I can't see my loved ones. I can't go to hospital with my missus when she's giving birth. I can't go and see my dying granddad or whatever. But I can still go to work. People can't get behind that because it's so ludicrous. And that's me ranting about it, to be honest with you.
I feel the same thing with my kids. We've been in tier 3, but yet all my 3 kids in all different age brackets have been going to school, but yet we still weren't allowed to do stuff. We weren't allowed to go and do things. But it made no sense that my daughter, who's in not even reception, nursery, my lad is in year 1, my eldest lad's in year 6. The younger kids, especially, yes, the teachers are good, they could separate in the bubbles, but there comes to a point where you can't be perfect.
No.
And it only takes my kid to get it, let's say, go to nursery with no symptoms, spread it to all of them because they all lick the same toys, and they put it in their mouth, and they play with each other and hug each other, to go home to then their families who have other kids in the same school, to then come back to my school and another 8. Within a week, you could have the entire school infected. You're talking thousands of people.
And this is the problem. And with this new strain, like, I'm not a scientist. I don't know anything about this. I'm just going on what I saw on the news today. I don't even usually watch news, but you know, it's the only sort of source of information we've got at the moment about this nonsense. When you look at it, like when they're talking about this new strain, they're saying it's up to 70% more contagious. So, like that just.
But what I heard today is that this new strain is the only place it's ever occurred is in London.
No, they're saying it's all around the country now. It's all around the country because everyone went home yesterday, didn't they? It's like, we best get home before we get locked down properly. Yeah. So everyone went home. It's all around the country now. Don't worry about it. Did you see St Pancras Station on the news? It's mental what's gone on.
But they all rammed together.
Oh yeah, millions of people going through it. But so for me, the biggest problem with this whole thing is, you know, I'm not casting aspersions, but I would like Christmas is cancelled for everyone. 5 days before Christmas, I've gone. You know, we was meant to be going to my mum and dad's for Christmas. Now we're not, so we had to go out and buy all our Christmas stuff and things like that. We weren't going out panic buying. We went out. I
saw this. I went and looked at it as well. You on Twitter?
Yeah, so on Twitter, I put up a picture of. Brilliant. 5 days before Christmas, and I've got to change my plans and go shopping. And how many people in that position? You should have planned for Christmas. It's because of people like you that we're in this position. I was like, what? People are so mental, so mental. Honestly, plans changed. Went to Tesco's. There's a queue, 30 people long. We got there early as well. Done Tesco's. Then went over to Lidl's because I needed to go to the toilet.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I knew you were going to say it.
No, we went to Lidl's and it was empty. It was brilliant. I didn't even need to go to the toilet either.
Yeah, we mother us done Tesco shop Sunday for Christmas. Like, it's one of them things. My one friend's coming over, who's not Aaron, who's been on my videos. He doesn't have any family. Well, he does, but he doesn't see them, and equally lives by himself, and he's been in my bubble since day one. So he's spending Christmas Day with us because, like, he don't want to be by himself. So she went out, bought some stuff, and then we've got to do an Aldi trip for little snacks, little bits, because the problem with Aldi, the fresh stuff lasts 2 days. That's it.
See, we've got greengrocers down the road. See, because we live in a village now, which I love. We've got a farm
and they
shop.
all know you've got a toy car.
Yeah. I'm that guy. Oh, he likes to play with Model RC.
Just don't wear that shirt outside, right?
Oh, listen, I will rock this shirt with a smile on my face. I don't business about things like that.
You grow a little tash as well, little
Ned Flanders tash.
Yeah.
No, we got a farm because I live in like rural Kent. So we've got greengrocers that does all the local farm produce. Brilliant. I cannot wait to dive in there. Do that a day or two before Christmas, laughing. You know, I'm just really disappointed that Christmas got cancelled 5 days before. That really annoyed me.
Did you see the memes go round? So, you know, normally when it's like 50 days to Christmas and someone put up on my Facebook, oh, good luck, guys, only 371 days to Christmas. Really got me.
I've got a good one today. It said Kent twinned with Wuhan because we're actually the worst in the country at the moment.
Oh, right.
And I thought that was funny. Obviously, you didn't.
Yeah, it sounded funny.
Amy, what are you doing for Christmas, mate?
Not a lot, really. I'll probably just be at home. I'm not. My family, we're not really mad on. I don't really celebrate Christmas. I've not got kids or anything. My brothers have got kids. They do their own thing with their families and a bit of a loner, you know. But there's a little co-op down the road, so I'll nip down there and get some baby bells, gluten-free bread on Christmas Eve.
Bro, why don't you just come to us? Come down.
Yeah.
No, it's a proper trek. When you come up here, all you did was moan about how far it was.
Amy, come to me. It's fine. We're in the same tier. We're allowed.
Oh, yeah.
And we live not far. They are.
I'll bring some picky bits and that and some beers.
There you go. There you go.
Sounds.
I know what Amanda's going to do, like she does it even with a Sunday roast. We're going to end up with like enough food for about 15 people. Like, honestly.
I thought you were going to say she's going to burn it all. That's what you're going with that.
I'll tell you what, Amanda is a wicked cook. She's a
I can tell.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I can't help it. Like, she just makes food, and I'm like, I've got to eat more. Do you know what? Sometimes, you know, when you eat a fat Sunday roast, yeah, and you have to go and lay down, you're like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, you're dying.
I'm gonna die. Like, honestly, this is the end. And then half an hour later, you're like, boy, them potatoes are still there. Them potatoes are still there. I can dip them in the gravy. And then you're back again eating a second round, and then you're dying again. You're like,
I do that with Chinese. Takeaway.
Yeah.
Sit down. Oh, fucking hell, I can't move. Literally 5 minutes past, like, oh, you're not going to eat that? And like, fucking, I'm eating it out of the tray like a pig.
listen,
What's the best bit off a Christmas dinner?
Pigs and blankets and stuffing.
Oh, no.
I said, and honey parsnips. You ever had honey parsnips?
I do like them.
I do like a parsnip.
Roast potato is the king of like the roast dinner.
Yeah, like honestly.
Crispy roast potato dipped
I want to start dribbling in a minute.
Really cheesy bit from cauliflower cheese. I love that.
Mate, honestly, I don't even know. I can't wait for Christmas this year. Honestly, now I'm a fat man. I'm getting so excited about food for Christmas, but just it's bad, isn't it? It's bad.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Right, I've got a. I was going to say it backwards, isn't it? Right, my kids are still awake. We managed to get hold of I'll read it backwards.
Ooh.
You can say it. I can't.
PS5. Nick just put up. He's got a PS5 on the way.
Yeah. So
couldn't be less interested if I wanted to be.
Oh,
it's not for me. It's for the kids.
Bro, I haven't played a computer game since Tomb Raider 3. No, that's a lie. Gears of War 1. When that came out.
Good. That was a good game.
That was a brilliant game, and there's that
chainsaws on the guns.
Yeah, brilliant. It was a brilliant game. After that, I've never played a game since. I had a little go at Batman Arkham game.
Arkham Knight, yeah.
But
I never played. My mates have played it.
I'm just not a computer gamer.
Do you watch any of you two watch Star Wars?
No, bro, because it's shit.
No, I was going to say, do any of you two be watching The Mandalorian?
There's only one reason I'd watch that. Gina Carano. Do you know who she is?
Yeah. Oh, she's hench, she is. She's fitting it.
Do you know who she is, though? Do you know where
she's an ex-wrestler, isn't she?
No.
A UFC fighter.
No, we're not UFC, but mixed martial arts, so I'll forgive you. She was...
MMA, I know.
Yeah, she was the original Ronda Rousey. She was the...
Was she in Deadpool? She the one in Deadpool?
Yeah, she was.
Well?
Yeah, she was. Yeah. And I've had a hot crush on her for a while. Like
she would beat you up.
Oh, listen, I'd pay for her to beat me up.
Anyway, can we get to poo story time now?
Can I ask you some? Well, not ask you, but I put on my Instagram today for people to ask questions, like what they want to hear.
I was going to comment on this. I thought I better not. It was going to be. Do we have any poo stories? Yeah, go on.
There was one about poo stories. Right, hold on. Let's see what we've got. I haven't read them all, so I've not had time. What do you want for Christmas? So Sam wants a drone.
No, that's not what I want.
Oh, go on then. What do you want?
So
this question is from He Electra, Dirk the Electrician.
Right. So I'm a collector of knives, and there is a famous knife from. Well, it's not famous. There's a film called The Predator, which I know you two are too young to know.
I've watched The Predator
with Arnold.
Yeah,
Arnold. Yeah,
I watched them all.
You know the knife that he gets out, gosh, and it's about
the big curved one. Yeah, no, like a Gurkha knife.
Well, it's not. No, that's called something else. But no, it's basically a big Bowie, and it's decent. So I'm hoping I get that for Christmas. Weirdo.
Okay, Nick.
I've asked for nothing. I genuinely don't want anything, and I've turned into my dad. If I want anything ever, normally I'll just not anything stupid. I'm going to buy a Lamborghini, but like anything little, like I don't know. I wanted this. I can just buy it. That's not a problem. I'm not saying I've minted or anything, but if there's anything that I think I want. So when it comes to Christmas, everyone says, "What do you want?" I said, genuinely, I don't want anything. I'd rather you keep your money or spend it on someone else. And like my dad used to say this, and I was like, "Ooh, Scrooge, what do you want?" And now it's like, oh yeah, I actually understand that. I don't want anything. I know my other half sports loads of stuff, and she's told all my mates, and they all say it's amazing. So we'll just see. But yeah, I genuinely don't want anything. But thank you.
When my mum asked me, I didn't say nothing. She asked me. She started saying like, "Oh, what do you want for Christmas?" I was like, "Cable ferret." So, to be
fair, I did tell my mum something I wanted for Christmas for her to stop spending my inheritance. And she told me to fuck off. Genuinely, that's what she said.
Amy?
Yeah?
You've asked for someone to buy you a cable ferret.
Yeah.
Vanessa and Malcolm, you know, it's time to step up. Amy's a big deal out here. New podcast.
Stop it.
Do you know what I mean? Vanessa and Malcolm, I know you watch this. It's time to step up. Amy's in the house. That's all I'm saying. Anyway.
You got another question?
Next question. Yeah,
is Die Hard a Christmas film?
Yes. Favourite Christmas film. I said this about 5 years ago before it was even a thing.
Right. Okay.
What's Die Hard? What's Die Hard?
Nakatomi Plaza. Mr. McClane.
I'm only joking. It's a Bruce Willis film. I've never watched it.
John McClane.
We've got plans for the new year. We've done that. Oh, this is a good one.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Any Christmas call-out nightmares?
I've got. Well, I haven't got a call-out nightmare, but I've got a call-out to do tomorrow, which isn't really Christmas, but you know.
Not really.
Anyway, go on.
Thanks, contribution, Sam. Mine was 4 or 5 years ago on the way to my mum's house. I
was going to say your mum's house as well. Stop fronting, Nick.
Brilliant. Anyway, and
me dad.
I got a call out, dickhead. I got a call out on the way into the village, and I dropped the family off and the kids off, and I went back, and luckily I put my tool bag in the boot because I knew something like this would happen. And I was there for about 2 hours. The lighting was tripped. Found out what it was. Absolutely fine. Went home. Blah blah blah. They said, "Oh, perfect," because they knew me. Sent us the invoice, and I must have charged them 80 quid. I think that was it. Obviously, Christmas Day as well. I could have said 500 quid, and they point blank refused to pay it for 3 months.
Why?
Because they said it was too expensive.
Oh my god!
That's Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. I dropped my family and kids off. I missed opening all the presents with my mom and dad. My dad was still here at the time.
Did you tell them that?
Yeah, and I said, they were like, "Oh, we got no lights." If it had been sockets, it would have been a big deal, but no lights. And anyway, I did it thinking it would be, I could flick a switch up and go like it normally is. But no, I can't remember what it was now. Neutral had fell out somewhere or something. Fixed it all, and then, yeah.
How long did it take you?
I was there about 2 hours.
That is not expensive.
But the problem is I didn't take my tester. I just took so I literally had to go around light fittings, take every single light fitting down and have a look and everything like that. So
that's still
80 quid. It's not. I could have charged. Honestly, I could have charged 300 quid and felt like that's not that bad.
No.
Yeah, point blank refused to pay it for 3 months until I knocked on the door and just said like, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll just sort it." I was like, 3 months.
That's ridiculous.
But obviously, I've never worked for them again. So
yeah, no, they're dead to you now. Amy, next.
How many pigs in blankets do you think Sam has per Christmas dinner?
Oh, I reckon a good 16.
What packs?
Are we talking little ones?
Or full chipolatas?
Full one? Oh, I reckon a good 8.
Sam, you reckon you could do 8?
Right. So just so as we're square on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
One, I'm not allowed to eat pigs in blanket because it's red meat, and I'm not allowed to eat red meat for medical reasons. Secondly, I could probably do 50 if I wanted to, but if I'm eating a Sunday roast, well, a Christmas dinner, and pigs in blankets, no, I'm concentrating more on potatoes. To be fair, so like, if someone set me down a challenge, how many could you eat? I'd be there all day. But with potatoes, you know, they fill you up real quick. Plus wine, you know, I'm getting all that sort of, you know, when you're drunk, hot and full. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do in my life now.
Right.
Is that you every meal time?
Yeah. Are Yorkshire puddings allowed on Christmas Day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yorkshire puddings are allowed any day.
Yeah, like, I don't know about you, but I like the little ones. The little round.
I like the big ones.
No, but I like to like put a little bit of chicken, maybe a Brussels sprout, a little bit of gravy, like a little bit of something in there, and I just fill it up and make it into like a oncer and bosh.
There's a place near me that does Yorkshire pudding wraps, like a Sunday roast in a wrap in a Yorkshire, and you eat it like a burrito. I was like, that's sick.
Nice.
Anyway,
I need that in my life.
Lots of these we've covered already. Is people saying like about have you had a good year and what are your goals for next year and that. I like this one. What's the best Christmas gift given to you by a customer?
I've never had one.
My best gift, it wasn't a Christmas gift though, but the best thing I ever got from a customer as a tip was a cucumber. It was literally about this big.
Oh, like, they're replicating your fingers. Oh.
Nice pigs in blankets, bro.
I knew you were going to say that. I literally knew you were just going to say that then. Such a twat.
What's the best gift I've ever been given? I've had loads of crates of beer over the years, or bottles. I don't drink wine, but people seem to give me bottles of wine. Even though I say don't drink wine, they go, "Oh, thank you for the half." She doesn't. Just don't like it.
Oh, you don't know what wine is.
Or I've done.
I'll smack you in your head. I've never had a Christmas gift, I don't think. Oh, years ago, when I was in sales, I was working for a company and they gave out bonuses. And it wasn't really a gift, so I got my Christmas bonus. I was chuffed with that. And then, like on the last day, it was in like a sales office. They would do like a quiz, and I won the quiz. I smashed the quiz. I got like 20 out of 20. And for each question you got right, it was like 50 quid. And then we was going out that night for a Christmas party as well. So that was one of the best Christmas bonus tips I've had. But outside of whilst being an electrician, nothing.
Yeah, mine's just mainly been alcohol, to be fair.
Rubbish question next.
What is the best tea bag?
Don't know.
PG? I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest.
You know what? I like them triangle ones. Like if I'm going to mess about making a good cup of tea, I'm getting one of them triangle ones because I like the idea that actually the triangle lets all the particles float around in it and all that. Like if you're going to get scientific, the triangle one's away.
Okay.
Scientific. Any awkward situations you've been in a customer's property, or when something's gone wrong on a job?
I had a woman that tried to seduce me once, and I think I've said this on the podcast when I first did it with you, Sam. She took a liking to me, and I was working outside doing outside lights, and I had my top off because I had a stupid vest tan, and it was middle of the summer. This was like 8 years ago, and I saw a flash window, and she took a picture of me through the window, didn't turn the flash off. So I looked, I was like, what was that? And I saw it, and I saw her again in the other window, and then it went on later on, and she gave me like a 60 quid tip on top of the money, and then she texted me that night saying what a lovely, because I did say send me the picture of the lights at night time. She sent that, and then she kept sending pictures, and then the next day she asked me if I wanted to come for tea, and it went on and on to the point where I was in the pub with my mates, and I got a picture of tits sent to me, and I was like, and I hadn't clicked, at what she was doing. Yeah. But then I realised what she was doing. I texted saying, I do have a girlfriend. And she went, oh, I didn't mean to send you that. It was meant to be someone else. I'm really sorry. And then texted me again the next day. And then I just said, like, I don't know what you're trying to do. And then she never texted me again. But that was weird. It was really weird. It was uncomfortable, to be fair. Anyway.
I've never had a situation like that, obviously. But I did fall off a stepladder once and broke my wrist in 10 places. And as I stood up, I looked at it. It was this wrist. I've got, I don't know if you can see that on the camera. There is a scar there. And then there's my titanium plate.
Wolverine.
Well, I insisted that he put a titanium and not some bullshit stainless steel one. I was like, don't come with no bullshit stainless steel plate. I want a titanium one. I've got no way of checking it, but I'm pretty sure it's titanium. It's not magnetic. And so I was working in a school late. It was like evening work in a school. Putting up the guts in the light. I was on a 4-step ladder, and I was standing on the top like an idiot. And I was rushing to get it done because I like to be the first to finish, ego boy much. Anyway, I was up there and I torqued my body and the steps come out from underneath and I landed on the floor. I stood up and I went to the geezer I was working with. I was like, do you think that, and it was like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you think that's desiccated or broken? And he went, that's fucked. And I went, oh, call an ambulance, and laid on the floor like this. With a broken wrist in 10 places.
It's horrible, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I've broken that many bones over the years, like obviously from playing rugby and whatnot, and it's just like you never get used to it.
That was the first one I've ever broken. I'd never broken anything else. I'd never spent a night in hospital or anything. That was the first time ever. Broke my old wrist.
Oh dear. It's the only thing I think I've never broken. Never broke my wrist. Hands, legs, kneecaps have come out, popped my shoulders out, broke my ribs, broke my nose, jaw, eye sockets.
How have you broke your eye socket and jaw?
How?
Rugby. Yeah, got tackled in the nose, fractured my nose in, bone come out the top of my nose. It's circular. I got a surface radial fracture, so the fractures were on the surface of my skull and they went inside my eye sockets and fractured the inside.
Is that why you look like Hey Arnold?
Brilliant. Yeah, and then that was the jaw as well. And then ribs, rugby, kneecaps, rugby, fingers and ankle. I dropped a slab years ago helping my dad get this. I was like 7, dropped a slab up my dad's car onto my ankle, and it took him 3 days to take me to hospital because they thought it was just like, oh, I bruised it, and I was physically screaming. I was crawling everywhere, and they were like, maybe we take him to the doctors. Took me to the doctor. They went A&E immediately.
Is that why you walk with a limp now?
No, I'm just gangster. Limp drag.
What else, Ames? Have you? Oh, we know you've had dodgy situations, so we won't go into that.
Yeah. Oh, I've had some right situations. I can't think of anything funny that's happened. I've had some like weird stuff happen to me. I did annoying stuff like recently. I fitted just like one of them LED tube fittings, like 5 foot, in this old man's kitchen. And he literally, I went to the front door and he was like, "Can you put a mask on?" I was like, "Yeah." So I put a mask on. I went in and then he sat literally next to my set of steps with a mask on. I'm like, if you've got a issue, if you've got like a problem and you don't want to be breathing my space, sit in another room or sit somewhere else. He was really old. His house stunk. And then I'm up the steps and he was just staring at me. He did not.
And he was like, and he was texting, and he texted his mate and he went, "That ass, bro."
Oh, stop. Oh, it was just horrible. I hate it when they just stand and stare at you. It really does hurt it.
I had that dog staring at me the other day. See my picture on Instagram?
Yeah.
I was doing a socket on a fireplace and I turned around and the dog, Sam, was literally sat on its arse, with tail underneath, sat on the sofa, just sat there watching me. I thought, this is the best dog in the world. Did you see it?
No, don't watch your videos, do I?
It was on Instagram.
I went to change just a spur today. It took me so long because the customer had 3 little dogs and they were just all over me. I was sitting on the floor and they were all over me all the time.
Ooh, that's a nice boy.
So cute.
That's a Staffy. I like him.
He's a Staffy cross.
Well, Staffy. Next.
I
love this game.
There's a couple about poo stories, Sam.
We'll go past them.
I did have a catastrophe last week, I think. I did, but I ain't getting into it anyway.
You rang me in tears, I remember.
It was a disaster.
I don't want to know anymore.
It was messy.
I think you had a picture, didn't I? No, that was a week before.
Any advice for improvers?
Yeah, get a gold card. Go out there and do it. Knuckle down. Get your gold card. Otherwise, you'll never get rid of that stigma of being an improver. You'll never be happy with what you're doing, and there's a ceiling to what you're going to earn. Go out there, knuckle down, get your gold card, do it.
Or just completely ignore Sam because I don't have a gold card and I've done really well for myself. So yeah, shut up, Sam.
Yeah, but you're an improver, but you're not. You're a domestic electrician. There's a difference between a domestic electrician and a commercial improver. I want to get crucified for saying that, but there is a difference. I mean,
depends what you want to do. If you want to stay domestic, the route I've done is absolutely fine and acceptable and not frowned upon at all. But equally, if you want to do, like I've said to Adam, if he ever wants to venture off and do commercial stuff, it's better he does his full apprenticeship. Then he can literally can do whatever. But I'm happy with what I do.
I would recommend doing a full apprenticeship no matter what. I'd recommend getting your gold card no matter what, because there is no standard by which we are judged. Anyone who read the 18th edition regs can go and says they're competent, can go and change sockets and do stuff in people's houses. That's just a fact of life. And what I would say is the only standard by which we're judged is the gold card. So go and get it.
Cool. That's a good question.
Better answer.
What's the most shocking thing you've come across whilst at work?
Oh, so 2 things spring to mind. One, I must have told this story many times. When I was doing social housing, there was a house with this is back in the day as well. It must be 10, 12 years ago. They had like a 50-inch flat screen TV in their front room, right? Banging. I was like, Jesus. But the rest of the house, like, it's almost like they'd gone around the house and thrown soup up the walls or something. It was so like I'd never seen anything like it. I was like, how do you get there? That it's, you know, like if you had like a bowl of soup and you're trying to be all careful and you tripped over someone's shoes and it went up the wall. They just went, nah, don't worry about it. Do you know what I mean? I'll just eat what's left in the bowl. Do you know? And then so they wanted a couple of extra sockets behind the TV. Pull out the TV, like all careful, because I'm like, Jesus, man, that is a decent TV. Anyway, get behind the TV, and there is a mound. I'm not joking. Must be 2 foot high mound, 1,000 chicken bones. And what they had done is they had sat. The only thing I could figure is they had sat there eating their chicken, like chicken shop chicken, and they just dashed it behind the TV. So they just sit there, finish that one, right, boss. Right, that's gone. Don't worry about it. It's gone. Anyway, eat the next one, throw it behind the TV. That must have been like a thing they done. I couldn't get my head around it unless it was like some sort of witchcraft had gone on where they'd like sacrifice chickens behind the TV or something. There was no other. It's either witchcraft or throwing chicken behind the TV. That was it.
Mine's quite a sad story, to be fair. Like,
I ain't finished my second story yet.
Oh, sorry, mate. I didn't realise there's two. I thought Amy asked for one.
Well, I've got another one. Another one. Went to another social housing one. I was hanging out my arse that day as well. It was a Saturday job, and it was in this flat. Get to the flat, and my mate's like, wait until you see this one, because he'd been there to survey it. I was like, whatever, man, let's get this done. So I'm in there sweating, because obviously I was sweating out all the alcohol from the night before, taking off all the sockets. But anyway, we get in there, and this bird comes to the door. She's big salt, not too attractive. And then I'm like looking at her, she's all a bit like overconfident. And I was like, oh boy, what's going on there? Anyway, go into one of the rooms. I'm like, Jesus. There's like sex toys and everything all pinned to the wall. There's a swing in the corner, all this stuff. There's a cage and all this in this room. I'm like, hold on, what's going on here? And it turns out she was a dominatrix. Anyway, that ain't it. So I come out of this room into the next room, and she's got 3 Alsatians there living there in a 2-bedroom flat. Yeah, she's got 3 Alsatians, and in the next room there's just piles of poop everywhere. I'm like, I ain't going in there.
Piles of what?
Poop.
Poop.
Yeah, like she just let the dogs poop in that room.
Poop? You mean poo?
Yeah.
Why are you saying poop?
I don't know. That's what we say, bro. I don't know what you want to know. There's piles of poop in there, and I'm like, Jesus, I'm not going in there. So I said to her, like, you need to sort it out. She goes, no, it's for my clients. I was like, what? Yeah, bad. So that was a.
So she made them clean up the pup?
I don't know what she done. I didn't get into it. I was like, nah, I'm not playing. And yeah, so that was an interesting job.
Stupid word. Pup. Say it again, Sam.
Pup. There's piles of dog poop everywhere.
You'd have to clip this and put it at the beginning. Bloody pup. Anyway, Amy's gone.
It is a poo story that no one ever knew.
That's a good one. Bloody pup. We should call them Sam's pup stories.
You two are idiots.
Oh, I'm so hot. Oh, is this what it's like to have a beard? Anyway, my one's quite.
She knows.
Oh, he's so harsh. Yeah, no, my one's.
Such a twat.
That's fair. It's quite sad. This is when I first started, when I was working for a domestic guy around at Stafford, and got a call out from a letting agent or whoever, from a landlord, to say, is this terraced house, lights are tripping, go and check it out. They said, you'll have to go down the alleyway, but be careful because there's loads of coal. Right, okay. Open the alleyway, and no word of a lie.
We are up north at this point as well, aren't we?
Yeah, well, no, you hear the story and you'll realise why. So you go up, and all the coalman done was open the door, chuck it down the alleyway, and then shut the door. Found the key, and we literally, you're talking, it was piled up 2 foot up to the back door. So when you open the back door, it all pissed in. We're like, this is weird. The state, and I have never been in a house like this before, the state of the house, first of all, it fucking stunk. There's rats running around everywhere. You've never seen so many Chinese or Indian takeaway boxes. I mean, thousands everywhere. And we know there was an old lady that lived there. You walked into the lounge because you sort of walked in the kitchen, and then you went through a tiny little hallway which backed onto a toilet and into the lounge. Walked into the lounge. It was so hot. The fire was fucking, flames were coming out there. It was just, she's just a massive hoarder. You couldn't see her. Literally, it was just a sofa with loads of blankets on it. The fire. Piles and piles of coal weight just gets traiped into the corner on the carpet. Fucking hell's this? So we're shouting for her. We can't hear her, which obviously make up with her aware we were there. Tried to get up to the stairs. She had that much stuff. No one ever went upstairs. The staircase was completely blocked off. And we walk around shouting at her, and shouting at her, and shouting at her. Then we thought she was in the downstairs toilet, so we opened the downstairs toilet. And what she used to do to go to the toilet, because the toilet didn't work, she used to hang her ass over the bath and shit in the bath, right? And we're talking piles of it.
Oh my God.
And we were like, we expected to find her dead, and we walked back in the lounge I was heaving. But this was like, Christ, 10 years ago when I first started. And we walked back in the lounge, and I looked at something on the sofa, and you're talking a lump no bigger than 2 foot. She was like 99 or something like that. Blankets wrapped over her. She was fast asleep, hunched over so low that you just thought it was a blanket in front of the fire. So as soon as I checked that she was breathing, which she was, so we rang the ambulance, rang social services. My boss sorted it all out. I was still like 17 at the time. But to see that, I was like, someone knows she lives like that, and she's been left like that. And it was absolutely heartbreaking. But that is the worst job I've ever been to.
See, that's, you know.
She died apparently a month later. My boss told me that she did, because he was in contact with social services.
This sounds bad. I'm almost like pleased she escaped it somehow.
Oh God, she was no life at all. Poor woman.
Wow.
Right, thanks for bringing down our Christmas special. Well done, Nick.
Nick.
Sorry. I never told that story. It was awful.
Yeah, no, that's a pony story.
Best mince pies.
Best mince pies.
Brilliant.
I like the ice top mince pies.
I don't like mince pies.
I'm not bothered.
I mean, you're the bar humbug, bruv.
Me?
Yeah.
I know, yeah. I don't really do Christmas. I'm really not asked about it. I prefer my birthday because it's a day all about me.
Or
do you mean it's your month? That's what girls do. It's my birthday month.
October is my month. So,
just ignore what I said then.
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Diwali.
Yeah, I celebrate Diwali. This year was a bit crap because all the family couldn't get together because of obviously all this. So yeah, it was a bit of a disappointment, but I had some fireworks and sparklers and that, and food, and yeah, made the most of it.
I hate people that don't like Christmas.
Okay.
Like,
I'll tell you why I don't like Christmas, and it's going to make you feel really bad.
Oh, us already.
Right, you ready? My granddad died at Christmas, and he was like I can't even describe to you. He was like my best friend in the whole world, my absolute hero, and he died at Christmas, and that was 10 years ago yesterday. And then since then, like, Christmases are just I don't know. I suppose, yeah, when you're an adult as well and you haven't got kids, you know everyone's off doing their own thing, and I'm not really that bothered about it anymore. I always think. And I know there's millions of other people.
Is it your coping mechanism to say you don't enjoy it, but really you're sad inside?
Not this year at my house. Oh,
yeah.
Bring the mince pies. I won't eat them.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm not bringing mince pies. I'm gonna bring heroes. I
am a hero.
I like Rosie's better.
I like roses, but the other day I called in at Sainsbury's and they had Quality Streets on offer for £1.50.
Quality Street.
That's all they had left. They had no decent stuff, no heroes, no roses, no.
I don't mind Quality Street. I don't like Heroes. That winds me up. Heroes wind me up.
I love Heroes.
No, rubbish. And I like Roses. But what kind of heathen doesn't like the creams? Like, people out there that don't like the creams, like the orange creams, the strawberry creams.
Strawberry creams are the best.
I know, right?
I love
people out there that go, no, I don't like them.
Don't really like selection boxes. I'd rather just have like a Terry's chocolate orange. That'd do me over.
I love a Terry's chocolate. I smashed a Terry's chocolate orange last weekend. I started it on Saturday night watching a film, and I was like, I'm going to put it away now because I'll eat the whole thing. And then Sunday I got it back out and ate the whole thing anyway. So
what's the best bit of a Terry's chocolate orange?
The middle bit.
You lot are amateurs, bruv. I smashed a Terry's chocolate orange in one sitting.
Yeah.
Adam messaged me the other day. He had a Terry's chocolate orange hot chocolate, and he was like,
"Oh my god, the Costa one!
Yeah.
I had it on Saturday. It's amazing. Yeah. It's so nice."
I think we've not addressed an issue here. Where's Mark?
Oh, we never said at the beginning, did we?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Mark.
Merry Christmas, Mark. Mark has got some family things. We wish him all the best. It's nothing serious. Well, I don't know. I shouldn't have said that. But Mark is fine. His immediate family are fine. He's just dealing with some stuff. Good luck to him. Yeah. We love Mark, and he will be back.
See you in the next episode, Mark.
Yeah. Listen, we could talk all night. This has been a good one. I've really enjoyed myself. Let us.
Amy's going to sing you "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" in B minor.
Oh, I'm definitely not going to sing at all.
I'll start the tone. Oh, there we go. We wish you. No, she's not going to do it.
But so actually, listen, we're going to have a couple of weeks off now. We'll be back in the new year. There's no point doing one next week. This will be coming out probably early this week. Might come out Friday or something. I don't know.
Yeah. On Christmas Day, yeah?
Why not?
That's fair.
Why not? But outside of that, listen, have a lovely Christmas. Have a great new year. And yeah, let's ride this poxy year out and make next year the best we can.
No, Sam, do it. Do your last one. Go on.
Boom.
Leave that in 2020.
Yeah, that can stay here.
You lot are so unkind to me. You know that. Right, listen. Later.
Ciao. That was a Queen's